Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Academic Bean and today I'm going to be talking about the first 9 months of your PhD. So I've just finished the first 9 months, or sometimes it's a little bit more like 8 months depending on your particular department's rules. But most PhDs are going to assess you at the end of this 9-month period. And the style can vary a little bit. If you're on a 4-year PhD, it might be a little bit more informal or it might come a bit later. But typically it'll be you submit a report or you give a presentation, something like that, and then they'll just check that your research is on track and you've kind of made the progress that they expect you to make in that kind of short period of time at the beginning of a PhD. They'll also check stuff like, are you getting along with your supervisor? Are you happy with your office environment? Is there anything that they need to do more to support you? So September was a month before I officially started, so I met my supervisor for a preparation meeting. I did some training so that I could demonstrate for the undergraduate modules, and it was a really good meeting. I got to get some initial reading recommendations. I got to have a better idea of where the research was going to be going and what kind of projects were going to come up very soon. Then in October I officially started, got my laptop, started having regular supervisor meetings, also started attending the department seminars. So those were an opportunity for PhDs, postdocs, and the actual academics in the department to give a short presentation where everyone can ask questions, everyone can get involved with the research, and it's just about sharing your research and kind of helping people know what's going on in the department so people can have a little bit more sense of community. In November was still, meeting with the supervisor once a week. Really got into the swing of demonstrating about 2 to 4 hours a week, kind of varied depending on the actual week. I also was doing kind of soft skill research webinars, so they'd either be online or they might be in person, and they could be on how to cite stuff or different research skills. I think I did one on speed reading. So there's all these different types of things that you can do, and I would just go onto this portal, kind of book myself onto these different courses. In December I had the opportunity to attend a week-long event school. It was actually meant to be in the summer, but it got rescheduled. So that was different talks, different little workshops. I got to go on kind of a little trip. I've got a video about that and it kind of talks through what happens, but it was really good to kind of socialise with different postdocs, different PhD students from across the country and kind of get an idea of what research they're doing, how's it going for them. And it was a mix of different year groups, so there were some third years, some second years, some first years. In January, it started with a different module for demonstrating because they'd finished their ones from the first term, and it was kind of all similar, kind of still progressing the same way, still cracking on with research, and still meeting with the supervisor, still attending these seminars. In either January or February, I can't quite remember, I had the opportunity to present my research at the seminar, which was quite nice, very nerve-wracking. In February, I attended a 2-day workshop at IOP, which was really good. Got to meet a lot of people from across London who'd either at different unis to me or slightly different subjects. And that was really nice to kind of connect with different researchers. And I apologize if it gets a little bit repetitive. It is very similar each month. In March, I actually got to start going into secondary schools and giving talks, and sometimes the secondary school students would come to me. So I would give talks about my research, a little bit about physics in general. Still attending all the stuff that kind of continues throughout the year. But giving those presentations and doing outreach has been really fun and something I've really enjoyed. So in April, it kind of was getting close to the deadline, which was in May. So I started writing my report, I started preparing an academic poster. There was a symposium for my actual uni physics, and there was also another one that was like the week before, so I used the same poster for both. So starting to write up the report, sending it over my supervisor to get a little bit of feedback, do some edits, and kind of get prepared for this kind of mini Viva that was coming up. I say mini Viva, it's nowhere near as stressful as a actual Viva. So yeah, in May you hand in your report, and then within 2 weeks you have this progression meeting, which is with an academic panel. So the academic panel are going to ask you questions about the report that you've presented. How have you made results in your research? Have you made progress? Are you enjoying the research? Is everything going all right? Do you need help finding conferences? Do you need help finding different skill boosting workshops, that kind of thing? So it's a really useful assessment for you as well as for them to get an idea of how your research is progressing. And I think you can get a lot out of that meeting if you go in quite relaxed and think of it as they're helping you to get on track for getting to your thesis in the 3 or 4 years that you're projected to get to. I hope you found that helpful. Feel free to like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Academic Bean.